Hello, everyone. Welcome back. It is a Wednesday night, which means it's time for Witcher Roads Home. All of the fun things are going to be happening. I am your friendly neighborhood Prax, here to help you tell this wonderful story. Welcome to the channel. Billy will be joining us later in the evening, and Lindy will be joining us momentarily. But first, we're gonna let other people introduce themselves because they're cool, and we can do that. So why don't we start with Trooper? Hey, Trooper. How's yous doing?
I'm doing well. I just realized that I don't have to wait to put on my doublet because Yanto took a bath. So he's got himself all bitonist out again. So
He did take a bath. There were rose petals and everything.
yeah, he took a bath. So I get to put my doublet back on again. Hey, I'm Trooper SJP, and I am playing Yanto, an elf who is a high-class courtesan, and sometimes con artist. Although he's sort of retired from that job at the moment. And let's see. And that's me, and I'm happy to be here. And he sort of has a hard time speaking at the moment because he's tried to cut out his own tongue, and it didn't work. But he's recovering. Still hurts to talk, though. That's him. Oh, and he also he had a sense that maybe something was wrong, but a little bit too late, so he tripped a trap that will probably kill everyone. Yeah. So that's me. And take it away, Prax.
I can do that. And then next up, hey Simon, we'll let you go next so that Lindy
Sure.
can enjoy her dinner because dinner is important.
Hi, I am Simon, and he, him. Tonight I play Cadeyrn of Cadeyrn, he, him as well, who as probably as Prax reminded me time and again for the past week, probably made some very bad choices in the past few weeks that will eventually catch up to me, which can only mean that I am probably going to be fine.
First off, I don't see how you could make any bad choices. That's weird.
Well,
I can't imagine
see,
it.
the thing is if you only make bad choices, then you never make bad choices.
Well, that makes sense.
I don't think that works that way. Lindy, confirm for me that it doesn't work that way.
I don't think that's how. I think you just don't know good choices when you see it if you only make bad choices. You don't realize you're making bad choices because you've never made any good ones. But that still doesn't make them not bad choices. Hi, I'm Lindy, and I'll be playing Countess Brenna von Vedler and eating a hamburger tonight. So that is me. We are very happy to be here and play some Witcher and hopefully not die.
Not die is a good point
Goal?
to start with.
I feel like that's a general good goal.
It is a good goal. It is a good goal. A good point to start with. A good place to begin. And we'll start with where we left off, as there was a lot that happened last week. There was some discussion in the middle of the forest after rescuing Yanto from his own decisions, poor as they were. And then there was further conversations with other people. I would like some of those people possibly letting some information go that's important. And then, attempting to wake up Javic, eventually waking up Javic, Yanto not happy that he had to wake up Javic because, emotional connections are important in these things, particularly when someone's life force is being siphoned through a sleep spell. Just little things. And then further conversations with and attempts to get everybody on the same page, as it were, at least as regards to what information everyone had. Then a discovery that there's some oddness going on with Cadeyrn and Brenna's Witcher medallion. Still don't know what that's about yet. And then concern about Alienor led to a rushing to where she was residing in... Well, she was supposed to be watching Javic, but you found her in Gavril's study. The image was of the window had been actually removed around the casement. These windows weren't supposed to open. And you saw Alienor on the floor before you... Well, Cadeyrn discovered that it was an illusion. Yanto attempted to ascertain some more information when Cadeyrn tried to stop him, but he ran across the carpet and didn't. Certain people were a little upset that someone didn't take advantage of timing and chose to possibly trip a trap. You all made your endurance rolls, which meant you were not passed out on the floor unconscious, but you are currently dizzy and slightly disoriented. There's no mechanical penalty to this. It's just what you're feeling, how you choose to play that out, but there's no mechanical penalty. You all made the save. And then you saw that the figure...
Did I actually make this save at all?
Yes. You made it by 1.
Okay.
Yeah,
So I'm
no,
not
you
gonna
all
make
made
the
it. The save, what was it? Was it you, where'd they go? You all made the rolls.
Oh, my
Yeah.
my rolls aren't visible right now.
22 last week for practice paranoia, 24 for magical training.
Yeah,
but
but
that
there should
wasn't
have
the
been
save.
rolls
That was
for
the endurance save.
endurance and,
Oh.
or resist coercion and...
Yeah, no, they're gone.
That is weird.
Hold
Oh,
on.
All
let
of
me-
the
Hold,
rolls
please.
that
Hold-
aren't.
Okay.
Hold, please. We must
Yeah.
see something. Did that show up?
No. The rolls. Yeah. Mine did show up too. Can everyone see my disguise roll?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay.
There we go. Okay, so it did actually... There's been some weird things going on with Roll20 and the Witcher sheets, so we've been checking things. It's a little bit. But you all made rolls for resist coercion or endurance, and the number that you had to beat was a 16, and you made it... Yanto, everybody made it by 1. You were the lowest, and you made it by 1.
Yeah, Brenna rolled really well, like 20-something.
Yeah. So, you all made the save. You are all aware, and that was the other thing is, Yanto, you made the awareness roll at, that you crit
Held
that
that.
you
Yeah,
made
yeah.
that practice paranoia. But we were going to use that awareness roll this week. And one of the important things that the last thing that you saw was Alienor not laying out on the floor, but actually tied to Gavril's chair. And with that 32 awareness, you can kind of power through that slight dizziness that you feel and still...
Can I choose to fail the resist coercion roll? Because I think it makes sense for Yanto with all the blood loss and all the stuff he's taken for him to... If the result of the trap is to pass out, I think it makes sense that he'd pass out.
Okay, so then you're not going to use that awareness then?
I mean, he can see stuff, but he's going to pass out, so he can't pass it along.
Okay. So you're going to pass out.
Yep.
Because that's the thing is the awareness wouldn't have come into effect until after the trap is sprung because what you saw was an illusion.
Okay.
So
then cancel that awareness roll.
Okay. So rewinding the clock, because players can make choices in this game. I love it when players make choices in this
I mean, he's got such a bad endurance and a bad body and a bad physique and a bad resist coercion roll, and he's been injured, and he's lost blood. It's like he's still recovering from a critical, a complex critical. It doesn't make sense that he would make it past this trap.
Yanto, So what everyone else will see, Brenna and Cadeyrn, as the door slams shut, the room starts to spin. You feel disoriented and dizzy, like we said last week. You're on that ride, that centrifugal force ride at the fair, and you're pushed against the walls, but you can't actually do anything. And for a moment, it takes you to reorient yourself, and then the illusion breaks and shatters, and what you see is Alienor tied to the chair. Yanto, as he's been running across the carpet towards her, falls. Roll me a D100, Yanto.
59.
You're going to fall in such a way that you fall onto you bump into the desk as you pass out. Not take any damage, but it just isn't pretty. You'll have a very nice bruise on your face when you wake up.
It's the face.
It is always the face. I'm sorry at this point.
That's what it is.
It is what it is. And so you two see this. You also see Alienor tied to the chair. If you want to see anything else, I need awareness rolls from whoever wishes.
Conscious or unconscious? And is she trying to signal us?
Yeah, I also want to see if there isn't like anything else in here. Oh, look at that.
Wow.
You fumbled. Oh, now it's set so you don't actually have to roll the fumble. Thank you.
Nice.
Thank you, Leo. By the way,
No,
if you don't...
Yeah, so I got 8 because 7 was
Subtracted.
subtracted from.
Yeah.
So I probably stab myself in the eye with my finger, poke my eye out.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah. That's actually really cool that it made it work that way. So for those of you who don't know, Leo the Dino, who is the individual on one of the Talsorian Discord mods, he is also the person in charge of who has created these sheets. He does a fabulous job. Support him because he does all of this for free. Throwing that out there. Hashtag not sponsored. So figure, Cadeyrn, you're still a little bit disoriented from the spinning of the room. You're not unconscious, but you can't focus yet at the moment. Brenna, with an 18, I would say you'll notice, number one, the window is still missing. In the cool breeze of the early spring, its sun is beginning to set at this point. It's been a very long day.
Of course. Yeah.
So the sun is beginning to set. Kind of just see it outside the window, the bright, yellows and greens, and then you remember that early morning sunrise that you had. That was that bright red sunrise. And you just see off in the distance, you can just hear the beginnings of thunder rolling across. You see Alienor. She is tied to the chair. She is unconscious. Her head is kind of leaning forward.
Great.
You'll notice two other very important things. There's no one else in the room. The table that's kind of sits to the side between, again, the study. You walk in, there are these large bookshelves that kind of line both of the entrance doors, and one way, or on like the right and left as you walk in the door. And to the left, there's a small table and chair with a little decanter and a couple tumblers, with a painting above it of, it was a painting of Passwacht. Gavril has made comments about changing it, possibly of family, arranging a portrait artist for the family.
Family portrait done, yeah.
Get the family portrait done, as would be appropriate. Hasn't happened yet, but, you've only been married 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Week and a half. There's the bookcases directly behind the desk, and then the two windows on either side with the window seats. The table and chair with the bottle is knocked over. The decanter is spilled out onto the floor, but it's not, the crystal is sturdy enough that it didn't shatter.
Yeah.
Particularly, you have a heavy woven rug on this floor, on this stone tile floor that prevents such things.
It's a very nice rug.
It is a very nice rug. And now it's stained with brandy. It's going to smell for a while.
At least it smells like brandy.
Yeah.
There's far worse things that could spill on that rug. It smell far worse.
Far, far worse. This big, heavy wooden, partner's desk, intricately carved, stands stands as the center focal point of the room. The large chair that Gavril would usually be dealing with business in is there. There's nothing on the desk, and it's not like any of the papers were kind of like knocked off. They're just not there. You don't see them anywhere else in the room. Alienor is tied to the chair kind of upright with her like across her back, and her arms are tied to the arms of the chair. Her head is down. She looks unconscious, and one thing that you'll immediately notice is that there is something protruding from her chest that looks like but it's not her chest, it's like closer to her shoulder. It doesn't quite look like a dagger. You'd have to get a little closer to see what it is. And with her head down, you can just make out a couple bruises beginning on like the side of her jaw.
Fun. She's gonna have a fun time with that. Cool. And just one more time, so the complete image in my head, where is the spilt decanter and side table and chair in relation to the desk? How far away is it?
So the desk is in like the center
end
of the room.
Yeah.
Like in the middle of the far wall, and there's like the bookshelves behind it, so there's nothing directly behind. And then the table with the spilled decanter is maybe 7 feet from the from the close side of the desk, right? Because the closest area of the desk, and the decanter is spilled towards the desk in such a way, and the table is knocked over.
Okay, cool. I don't see anything else, so I'm gonna start making my way over, but I'm not going directly straight to the desk. I want to do like the circle around to make sure that there's not anything lurking underneath, or get different vantage points as she approaches to see what's up.
There doesn't seem to be any, as you make your way closer, there isn't anything else in the room. You'll notice that a couple of the books are like not knocked off the bookshelves on the side, but like almost like somebody got rammed into them and it moved them around on the shelf.
Some
but
got
they
bumped,
but they didn't fall off.
Shuffled a bit, but not off. Yeah.
And you make your way over to Alienor.
What is in her shoulder?
It's a hairpin.
That's interesting.
The one you usually see her wearing. And there's a piece of foolscap paper. It's almost like somebody used that to pin her own hairpin to pen a letter to her.
Wonderful. What does the paper say?
You're gonna have to pull everything apart to...
And then there's a piece of paper here. So help me if it's a snowdrop sleeping curse. And I'm gonna be like, very as gently as possible, try to remove. No. Oh, okay. Right.
Don't touch it. If it's a curse.
I hold my amulet closer.
Does it look like it would injure Alienor further if we pull the hairpin out?
I need you to roll a first aid to make that determination.
Yeah, can I do that too? Because I actually have first aid.
Yes, go. Both of you can.
Oh, snap.
22. Oh,
26.
shit.
You both crit on that, and I love how...
We're very concerned about Alienor.
I mean, when Ardzo's not here, everyone's suddenly a health expert.
Sorry, I just suddenly looked at Trooper. Missed that the first couple minutes.
I I had to look away because I was like, what? Nope.
Yeah,
don't
okay.
want.
It looks like for both of you, with both of those roles, you can definitely tell whoever did this knows medicine, right? Because it's not near any of the arteries and it's in the shoulder joint in such a way that it isn't hitting any of the bones. So theoretically, if you pull it out correctly, it will not do any damage.
I assume with the 26 that I'd know like the right angle to pull it out.
Yes, you can
Yeah.
do it without
Cool.
damage, yeah.
I'll do that.
You sure? Because you would need to touch it. I can do it without touching it.
If you want to use your magic on that, be my guest. Don't mind me, I lose my accent while eating hamburger.
That's okay. Prax, remind me how focuses work in this game.
So focuses, there is actually a button for in your sheet, but they give you a +2 to your standard. You just have a general focus. You don't have a greater focus. So it's a +2 to